Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation of Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold of franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka King Too Cold in the building, bro. What's good?
Man, what's going on, man? Sitting here watching this NXT. It's a pretty decent mid show. Decent mid, good mid. I'll give it good mid. I'll give it good mid. And there's little spots about it that was cool. The beginning was pretty cool, with Ciampa and Breakker. That was pretty good. Good way to build that up. I like the twist to it. You thought you were going to get the typical beatdown, but he showed something different, which is something I like. That was something a little bit different with Breakker. But other than that, yeah, man, we're getting ready for this main event. Tony D'Angelo, I think that's his name, versus Pete Dunne.
Well, hey man, let's talk about it. All right, so talking about adding a little twist. So we started off tonight, man. The first match of the night, we got Raquel Gonzalez, Big Mommy Cool, and of course we got Dakota Kai, aka Kick Bay, going there to starting this thing off strong. Now, what me and you both liked at the beginning was this was a street fight, but they started off in the back. It's like, why wait? Why go through all the pageantry of the entrances and all the yada yada yada? No, let's handle this right here, right now. And let me tell you, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was kind of iffy on it at first, but then actually seeing this match, bro, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez absolutely gave each other hell, and it looked good from start to finish. My God, before I keep rambling on, what did you think of this match, man, between Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai?
It was cool. My issue was that they didn't. I don't think they sold some of the moves, like Dakota coming off the top, not the top rope, but coming off the ring, stomping on top of Gonzalez inside of a garbage can. Like that should have. Like, I feel like Raquel shouldn't have got up so easily to take advantage at that point. But I feel like that's where they were kind of maybe rushing the girls a little bit. But other than that.
Right.
They beat the hell out of each other. They did some stuff. I just felt like they could have sold some of the stuff a little better. Not well, if they had time, it would have made more sense. It would have fleshed out a little better. But it didn't really need a lot of time, just enough to really make some of the bigger spots really look believable. Towards the build up. But the finish kind of fell flat for me. Not gonna lie, the finish kind of flat. Other than that, it was a cool match. But yeah, those two things, the selling of the move and the finish, that kind of got me.
Really quick before you move on, I got a couple more things to ask you about this match. But before I do, so of course after the match, Raquel Gonzalez ended up picking up the victory. She called out Mandy Rose, but then we had Court Jade comes out, then Mandy Rose appears on the screen and says, "You know what? Hey, I gotta give for the both of y'all. Since I'm a fighting champion, and I love this because Mandy's not being your typical heel. She's like, all right, come on, I got you. Y'all both want to shout at the champ. Cool, let's make it happen. I ain't gonna bullshit you. Triple threat for my title, and we're gonna kill two birds with one stone. I'm gonna win and I'm gonna beat y'all ass. Too cold. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I'm liking this Mandy Rose. Okay.
Told you, man. Something about her.
When she first came down to NXT, we were kind of confused. She was just coming out sitting on tables and just kind of wandering aimlessly. And we were like, okay, what the hell? This is so random. Okay, I like it. Mandy's legit. Whenever she does get called back up, I can really see her being a major player. But for now, we're going to take it baby steps. Too cold. How do you like this, man? Triple threat. Corey J, Raquel Gonzalez, Mandy Rose. What's your thoughts?
It'll be interesting to see. Mandy has definitely stepped up. Don't get me wrong. Being in NXT, getting this character change has really been good for her. I'm not gonna lie. Vince is definitely
he got his fingerprints all on it.
Yeah.
Fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, Vince definitely got his fingerprints all over it.
If we had the police right now, they gonna dust it and they gonna see nothing but
man. Oh my God, nothing but Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it should be a pretty good match. I'm actually looking forward to it. It should be a pretty good match.
All right, man. So next up, we get Joe Gacy and Harlan. They apologize for throwing Brian Kendrick down some steps. And I'm gonna say this, man. I used to love Brian Kendrick back in the day when he used to team up with Paul London. Hey, that was my dudes back in the day, man. I know you remember them too.
Hell yeah.
But then we get to a disappointing part of the show. GYV watching the Creed Bros do flips on their tablet on social media. Blah. Then we get Grayson Waller, Indy Hartwell, Persia Parada. But then after that, we get our next match of the night, man. We get GYV versus the Creed Bros. That got interrupted by Jacket Time came out on commentary. Then we ended up having a disqualification. Then we ended up having Jacket Time, Creed Bros, Briggs, and Jensen and GYV all in a brawl. Tuco, man, I think the writing is on the wall for our guys. It was soon to be a new NXT Tag Team Champs GYV, man. Talk to me. I know you got a lot to say about the displeasure you must have for your once beloved GYV.
This is the most respectful they've looked in a while, but until I see something more positively concrete, I just can't. I can't get my hopes up too high. I've done it too many times with WWE to where it's like, nope. I like them, and if it goes the way I think it's going, awesome. If not, and they just stay in this comedy rut, kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's okay. It's okay. Let it out. It's all right.
No, man. That look, but I like the match that they had with the Creed brothers. Like that was a really good match. I did like that. Like that's the GYV I like to see more of, them being the
Right.
tag team technicians that they are, and that back and forth, that heel style. It reminds you of the Revival. It reminds you of the Usos. It reminds you of all the other teams that's been in the Undisputed Era, that's been in NXT. So when you have that and you see that, you want to see more of it, especially from this group that's over in the UK. They're here now. They're over here, but it's about the star power now. But man, you deciding to keep some of this talent. Let some of them grow. You still ain't understood that point yet. You still ain't got to that.
Right.
You trying to push the next big thing, and you're trying to push all these next big things, but man, you pushing them over the ones that just finally got to the threshold to be the next big thing, and now you set them back for these younger, unexperienced. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of them, they love what they're doing. Don't get me wrong, but man, right now I feel like I'm not mad at Champ. Damn, he tossed the hell out of him.
You
I'm
seen
not
that? He
mad.
almost landed on his neck. You seen that?
I think he
D'Angelo?
did. I think he did. They show the replay. Oh, he did. He did.
Yeah. He took a fall. He took a fall for sure.
But I feel like I'm glad to see Champ is champion, but I wouldn't have been mad if Pete Dunne was the champion right now.
Absolutely. And speaking of Pete Dunne, might I say he and Tony D'Angelo, goddamn, Tony D. He's one of those guys, man, where I know we talked about Bron Breakker. I think Tony D'Angelo's a sleeper, man. I've been watching the last couple weeks. I'm liking the gimmick, but he could go in the ring, bro. If Nunzio was about 5 inches taller and about 100 pounds heavier, that's Tony D right there, baby.
I say 150, man, because this boy, I'm looking at him now. I'm like, damn, he ain't. Damn, I don't know why I thought he was skinnier than this. This dude is a beast. Damn. It's like, okay, I see why they pushing Tony D'Angelo. Okay, all right. I think he is a sleeper. I'm more pushing Waller to the back now than I am him.
Oh yeah. My boy's smooth with it. My boy's smooth. Pete Dunne. Boop. All right. Next up, man, we get that boy. We get Carmelo Hayes, the A champion. We got him and Trick Williams in the backstage segment. They talking that talk, getting ready for Dexter Loomis. Then we get a segment. We get Io Shirai, Elektra Lopez, and Zoe Stark. We ended up setting up a match for later on that night. Tonight, I should say, with Io and Lopez. Then we get our next match. We had Trick Williams versus Dexter Loomis. Loomis ends up winning by submission. He would then get attacked by Grayson Waller. Then out comes AJ Styles. Okay, bro. All right. It is what it is. So we are planting the seeds for that AJ Styles rub. Now, I must ask you, I still feel like Grayson Waller is a little too green for AJ Styles right now, given this segment. Do I think athletically in the ring he can keep up? Yes. Do I think I want to see him with AJ Styles right now? No. Too cold. What is the verdict? What does the jury say in your mind in the court of the public opinion of King Too Cold? Is it too late? Is it too late? I mean, WWE didn't already pull the trigger. We ain't had the match yet. Can we back out of it, or is it too late? What we doing?
Well, no, there's no backing out of it. I like what they did, actually. Not gonna lie. They acknowledged what happened on Raw, and the fact that he says, you know what,
which they never do.
Right. Right. So it's like, not only did you acknowledge that and use that as part of your back and forth promo with AJ,
Yeah.
he said that he's gonna let Omos, have his turn. He'll take it out. He'll pick up what's left over.
Yeah. I like that.
Which makes me think by that time, which I'm hoping it will be a little while. I think they're fighting next week, or they might end up fighting that day one, whichever. But I could see if he gets a little bit better, by the time they actually do it, I could see it. Now the question is, will he be able to hang? And if he can hang with AJ, I'll give him his credit. I'll see him as the, I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say something, but I don't want to be disrespectful to AEW. But
don't you dare disrespect the phenomenal one.
I'm not going to do that, but I can definitely see him being one of those top 4 guys that in NXT.
A pillar. Can we see him as a pillar?
No, I'm not. I don't even want to say that, because then that's still too close. That's why I'm like, he's just one of the 4. He's just one of the 4. He's just one of the 4. But he's got to prove something with AJ Styles. He's got to prove something to me when he faces.
Is it safe to say? Would it be safe to say if he can hang, we ain't got to win. He just got to look like he belong. Is it safe to say?
He definitely got. Well, that's the thing. He looked like he belonged. He's got to be able to hang. You got to be able to hang.
So if he can hang, would he be part of Too Cold's core 4 in NXT?
Maybe he'll be a wild card. Wild card.
Okay.
Because I got a tag team. I got to keep a tag team. You always got to keep a tag team in your pocket. You got to keep one of the women in your pocket too. So it's like, he could possibly move up, but it's really going to take a strong showing for me. Like, you got to show me you really are in this business. Like, you really want this. He seemed like it, and he's had at least one good, decent match, but he hasn't done anything I'm like, wow, this dude can do it. Like, wow, he can go. Like, I haven't seen it yet. So right now, Dangelo's, I'm really looking at this match differently.
Yeah, I told you, man. I told you, man. Tony D, man. He the Italian Rusev, bro.
Man, he really is, man. And I mean, he's so damn that takedown spirit was damn.
I told you, man. So I know you and I, man, for the last couple months, we kind of been down on NXT 2.0, and even though this show wasn't the greatest, it's giving me what I wanted, because every match has had that one NXT OG with that one young talent that I wanted to see. I will say that tonight. Like, what's her name? Elektra Lopez and Io Shirai. If I had to see Elektra Lopez fight somebody, I want to see Io. We ain't seen her in a while. Raquel and Dakota. You kept 2 OGs. I like what they doing with Roddy Strong, and of course, You got that boy Carmelo Hayes, OG and the 2.0 guy. And then next week we're gonna have a unification match. So tonight it's baby steps. It's getting to where I kind of want to see it, because you got AJ Styles. He's going to have a program. You got Riddle, who's going to kind of come back and do some things with MSK. So, I mean, you started to bring a little bit of familiarity around, which I think was what me and you had complained about at first. We felt like it was too much newness. Now we still get to keep the newness, but you bring it back a little bit of that familiarity. You ain't just completely throwing it by the wayside.
And yes and no. I don't need people coming from Raw and SmackDown to come to NXT, even though it's cool, but I don't need to see that constantly. Not shitting at all your veteran NXT guys before the 2.0 is the best thing for you not to do, which is what they're doing. But
right.
Also, what did I say earlier, man? That that now that they're not trying to flush so many guys down our face, they're kind of made us focus on just a core group of like you say, the young men and women that they really want to display right now. At least these are like these are the top people that they're looking to move to the main roster soon. Like you're seeing like Tony D'Angelo. Obviously, there's a plan to move him to the main roster real soon. So we're starting to get that, and I think that's why now we can kind of say, okay, you know what, it's not as bad as it was, because now we're starting to see consistency. At least as far as seeing these guys a bit more each week and seeing them do more than just talking. No, they're actually in the ring. They're working. They're fighting. They're doing something. They're kind of showing you something. Like right now, like Tony D'Angelo is really showing me something, man. Like to see him go up against a guy like Pete Dunne, and we know how top notch Pete Dunne is. Yo, he don't come. Right. He comes breaking fingers and toes and limbs, and Tony D'Angelo, man, he is not making it easy. Like you can tell he's green. Don't get me wrong. You can see the green in him, but man, you can see the awesome potential in him. And if I'm going to see more of him, okay, cool.
You said something, man.
Like this.
You said something that really kind of hit home for me before we move on. You said Tony D'Angelo, man. You can tell he's a guy that eventually they want to put on the main roster. And to me, right? To me, I feel like Tony D'Angelo, just from the little bit that I've seen, he embodies exactly what WWE is. He can go in the ring. He's a big guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's got a solid build to him, and he's got a hell of a character. Because at the end of the day, it is still World Wrestling Entertainment. Tony D'Angelo, to me, checks off all those
World boxes. Entertainment with some wrestling.
Exactly, but to me, Tony D checks off all those boxes because he can wrestle, but he's got a character. He can get a good promo, and the people love him. So I think, a guy like that is tailor-made for the main roster. But really quick, man, let's kind of scoot on. So we got Diamond Mine, and like I said earlier, New Year's Evil. On behalf of Roddy Strong, we got Malcolm Bivens. He challenged the 8 champion Carmelo Hayes to a match at New Year's Evil, where we're going to have the Cruiserweight champion versus the North American champion, title versus title, a unification match. Too cold, man. It looks like they're going to phase out the Cruiserweight championship, and you can tell they've been trying to do that for a while now. They really haven't had much for Roddy Strong in terms of actual legit cruiserweight competition. How do you feel, man? Do you feel like the Cruiserweight Championship was not utilized to the best of its ability, or do you feel like it just legit ran its course, especially with all the mass releases? You getting rid of all these small guys anyway.
Yes, I do. I really think there was a missed opportunity, but it wasn't a missed opportunity on Triple H and them. It was a missed opportunity on Vince and them because Vince didn't give a damn. There was a plan. Yeah. There was a plan for Damn, he took that boy mouthpiece out again. So you got to be gangster to really do some shit like that.
Hell yeah. And it's funny because usually I'm behind you, but you a couple seconds behind me, but you about to see what just happened. Hell of a match. I'm
about to say Pete Dunne ain't through yet. He about to break some fingers. He ain't got the crack no knuckles yet. Give me them knuckles. Come here, you big boy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, Pete Dunne is a guy, man. I ain't walking on the same side of the sidewalk 10 o'clock at
Hell
night. I'll
no.
tell you that.
I ain't
I'm
walking on the
taking my
same
ass to
side.
the other
Matter of fact,
side.
I ain't even walking on the same block. I'm stop walking on that block and go walk another block. Like matter of fact, I'm getting in the cab and I'm going the other way. I'm going in the sewer
My
with the
boy,
little turtles. All right, look here. I'm not even playing around. I'm not even playing around with this dude, man. I'm not even. See who? Pete what? Nah, man. I ain't peeing. I ain't European. I ain't none of that. I ain't none of that, bro. I'm not messing with that dude ever. But man,
hey, Pete Dunne is a bad boy, man.
man, look here, dog, for real. But no, man, look, D'Angelo didn't do bad, man. This was actually a pretty, this is a pretty good, decent, hard hitting match. He definitely brought it to Pete Dunne. He made Pete Dunne work. He made him had to be really strategic. A lot of the stuff that he normally gets over with real easy. it didn't work that way for him. But it ain't over yet. Ooh.
I mean, he definitely made my man bring his lunch pail to work, you know.
He's damn.
Oh, is he about to hit his ass with a crowbar? Is he about to give him that? Is he about to give him that EC special? What are you about to do?
Wow.
Is he about? Oh, hold on.
Fisherman suplex. Okay. All right. The fisherman suplex is gonna be your move.
I'm telling you, man.
Figure.
Tony D is a G.
You said what?
I said Tony D is a G. But I'm trying to figure out where the hell did he get a crowbar from? Is where I didn't see him walk out with a crowbar.
He pulled it from the ring, man. You know they be having props sitting there. It's the thing he's been using for Pete Dunne for the since the War Games.
All right, man. Okay, so NXT, man. At
What
least
are you trying to do? Oh, damn. Smash his hand.
You see it? You see it? Hit him with the crowbar?
Yeah.
Or it says NXT is winding down to get off the air, man. Pretty solid show. I will say this. You know, it was upper mid. It was upper mid
show.
Yeah, it was watchable. I wasn't depressed when I got on here to do
Yeah, I didn't fall asleep watching it. Like lately, I ain't gonna lie. Watching some of these NXT shows, man, I was falling asleep, man. Like I'm surprised we did a review show. So shit, man.
Hey, not only did we do a review show, but we had the audacity to do a pre-show. You know,
man, right?
Yeah.
You're right. But no, that was a pretty decent show. Again, good character building for Dangelo. You know, definitely get that good heel heat. You know, whatever's gonna happen between him and Pete Dunne is about to go bananas because now they had a straight up match. So now this next one is gonna be brutal as hell.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. But outside of that, man, you know, pretty decent show, man. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Because it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means, baby. It is, of course, Wednesday night dynamite, in the words of Jimmy JJ Walker. Yes, sir. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold. And I couldn't do this without my compadre, man. Me and Mano, my brother, my family. Of course, your honorary King Too Cold. And until tomorrow night, when he takes over for the GOW, we'll see when we see you. Peace.